you, and good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And we have been given an opportunity tonight to bring in some of our seasoned sisters who's been out there laboring in the field. Yeah, seasoned sisters. When I say seasoned, I mean that in a good way. And you know what I mean when I say seasoned. We talking about seasoned, how they've been purged.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, they've been purged. They've been refined. You know, like a black diamond, right?
There
you know, you get the diamond out the ground. The diamond is black, but then you have to put it through the
okay, that's
purging.
enough. That's enough.
Oh, you didn't get it?
We got it.
Anyway, I would be your host tonight, hosting this show. Of course, y'all know me as the servant, and then we have some special guests. Let me say, this is what's your name again, Miss Erlina, and what's your name again, Korea, and then who we got over there, Lanine. So we're gonna make this thing happen tonight, and what we're gonna talk about tonight, we want to flip this show. The young folks gave us an opportunity tonight to talk about some things that are extremely serious, and we want to talk about three particular issues tonight. We want to talk about this plight or this emerging epidemic on spice and K2. I'll tell you about that in a minute. You're going to be surprised to hear about it, those who don't know. But then we want to also talk about continuing education. We got these young ladies here who are continuing education. They're taking it to the master's level. We got two others who have just graduated with their bachelor's, and they've taken it to the master's, and they're attending the Midwest HBU. Yes. The HBU. Come on, give them a hand. We're talking about Chicago State. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yes. So what we want to do, we want to congratulate them for just completing their bachelor's, and we want to just continue to empower and encourage them as they pursue their masters. Also, with this hard-working sister in the neighborhood, you know her for the mothers who care, the parents who care, the pop-ups. I mean, she's one of the, what I would jump out there and tell her that she worked like a Hebrew slave, but she might begin to like that, because some of us do work like that out here in the field, and we have to. And I mean it in all fun. I don't mean it with no disdain. I mean it because we really put the work in. But what we want to do with this show tonight, we want to take this show on another level, and we want to get you guys calling in, because we really want to talk about some serious issues going on in the neighborhood. We want to talk about the emerging drugs that's going on in the neighborhood, particularly the spice. We want to particularly talk about the K2. We want to talk about the lean. We want to talk about the loud. We want to talk about some of the other issues.
Now we're talking about stuff that what's lean?
It's
so much stuff.
See, that's why we had to bring in some young seasoned sisters, so that we can give some of the elders some information that they don't know.
Give us the information. Give us the support.
Now, we've been talking about this K2 and spice for years. It has gone national now. Folks are talking about it on the national level. Folks are talking about it as they are talking about opioids. All right? Yeah. But this K2 is so easily accessible now that they can literally go on the corner store, and one of them stores, particularly on the west side of Chicago, Madison or something like that, and go in there and buy this little pack, and it's a pack of potpourri or incense. Yeah. And they take it out and they buy those papers and they roll it up. And they'll be smoking that like they smoking.
Do they roll it with the blunt paper or the top
paper?
The blunt paper. So it's not the top papers. Okay.
No, they roll it up with the top paper.
Okay. They roll it with the blunt papers. Okay.
And it's sitting up there right next to it, but they got stamped on there not for human consumption. However, but they sell it right next to the blunt paper. So go figure. But we want you, those who are watching today, to know, beware. Tell the children to beware. Don't get caught up on going out there trying to smoke some marijuana and you be smoking some K2 or some spice, and you think you're getting your, whatever they call it, getting lit. Or,
that's the word, right?
Is it getting lit? Because you will be lit. For real.
Exactly. But then you also,
they dying behind it.
But then because cases have shown now in Illinois that it's 99 deaths that have been recorded due to K2 and spice. So we have a bill that Jacqueline Collins, she's a Democrat, right? If you do not know about this bill, it's Senate Bill 2341, and it's involved around banning the K2. So what we're asking, and why
the sale of it,
right? What we're asking, what I'm gonna ask, I'm not gonna say what they're gonna ask. When you see these products, we're gonna show you some packaging whenever Pastor is ready. When you see these products in stores in your community, take a picture. take a picture, post it on Facebook,
Buy
what the
it.
location was
Buy a
at.
pack of it and bring it to us.
Bring it to Reverend Jones. See,
Yes.
he'll take it. And when you see these happy faces, these Snoop Dogs and all these Scooby-Doo
Yeah,
and Mr. Happy,
Yeah.
potpourris, these are the things that are killing our babies right
Right,
now, right?
absolutely.
And they have no color on them because the statistics have shown that blacks, whites, and Hispanics have been victims of the killing of these drugs. So we want to make you really aware of the bill, Senate
Right.
Bill 2341. And the best thing about this bill is the banning of the sales. We have too many stores in our community that is selling these things. And we need to make our community aware of the harmful acts that come from using them because most of our children or young adults probably can't even afford to buy weed any longer.
Well,
But this is
affordable.
this is
Yeah,
affordable.
yeah, this is
affordable.
This is very affordable.
This little pack that you saw. You got a question?
Yeah. Not only that it's in like corner stores, it's in your gas station.
Absolutely.
So when you're going to pump gas, you run into this drug, and then this drug is way worse than regular marijuana.
Right, it's synthetic.
Right.
It's synthetic.
So you
Right,
get
they
off
call
it,
it-
and then you get off it, and you too high. You can't go down. This dude, it plays a major part in your health. So then you go and you can't even just out smoke marijuana because this was synthetic. So you don't go back to the same person just right after. You may be high for the whole day.
Really?
You may
Absolutely.
So is this
marijuana.
why they say you get the regular heartbeats, you have the
Irregular
massive
heartbeat.
irregular heartbeats,
Irregular.
and you
Bleeding.
have this nose bleeding, massive
Right.
nose bleeding.
So,
that's
so,
why.
so what we want to do today, we want to educate. Yeah, we want to educate. We don't want to spook you and get you all scared, but you should be aware. And you should be aware that now they can buy an ounce of this spice or K2 for $30, $20 to $30, where they may spend $100, $80 to buy an ounce of marijuana. So, and they go right into the corner stores, the gas station one near you, where you see them. They're selling these they call them papers.
Blunts.
The blunt papers, the different colors, the grape, the orange, all of that strawberry. I kid you not. I kid you not. It's sitting right next to it. It's a little bitty pack. The little bitty pack. Here you go again. The little bitty pack that we're talking about is right here. These little packs here. And if you look at them, they look just like little packs, right? And these little bitty packs, they sell them right there for $10.
And I'm looking
Each.
at this paper, and on this paper, because, Reverend Jones is real good at researching, they say that the word is leaking out. However, as a report to the poison control and emergency rooms, the visits have skyrocketed over the past
Absolutely,
few years
absolutely.
to emergency rooms about the use and the harmful effects of these little bitty packages that are affordable, and they are so affordable that we might have to really look into not just trying to get them banned from being sold, but take other measurements, because if businesses know and the statistics are out and they still continue to sell these things in our community, maybe we need to actually do actions on these
And we need to,
Exactly.
and the action that we're talking about, the actions of rallying. Not only just talking about it, but we need, like now it's legislation.
Exactly.
And the legislation is there is because so many folks now are becoming victims
Yep.
of the use of K2 and spice. And so I asked the young people today to give me an opportunity to talk to some of our seasoned sisters who are out here, who knows this stuff, who are educated, who see it every day, and I mean, they know the street terms, all right?
And also,
Go ahead.
in the gas stations and stores, they're not putting the age limit how they do cigarettes and buying the Swisher. They don't even ask you an age to buy this stuff. So that's another reason why our young children are becoming victims to using this drug, because
Well,
it's not
let's
an age
stop
limit
this
on it.
right quick and first say to you, because you just graduated from Chicago State,
Correct.
okay, and Lenine just graduated from Chicago State,
Correct.
and you working on your master's,
Correct.
and this young lady here, Zerlina, is getting ready to work on her master's,
Correct.
and she just graduated from School of Hard Knocks all over the world, and these are some of the sisters literally that's out here making a difference. But we really wanted to talk today. Three things. First, we want to talk about make sure that you keep young folks actively involved this summer. If you have some activities for the young folks, give them something to do. Send them to Fathers Who
Exactly.
Care. We got the summer programs going on. Unfortunately, the state is not paying like it used to pay. They're paying these babies less, but some money for the babies beat no money for the
That's
babies.
right.
And
That's
so we
right.
want to keep the young folks actively involved. And then we want to talk specifically, we want to flip the script. Not only do we want to stay talking about the K2 and spice, but we want to talk specifically now about opioid use. All right? Now, the opioid use, now, don't get me wrong, some folks were like, well, don't nobody in the neighborhood use opioids.
Lie.
Lie.
That's a lie.
Lie.
Yes, they do.
Lie.
They're using it every day. Did you
Exactly.
know that Prince died as a result of using synthetic opioids?
But you want to know something?
Huh? A synthetic.
But you really want to know something? Fentanyl. Okay.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, I had surgery.
And you showed me your case of
And
pills.
I showed
you had
him
a bottle of them too.
I had a whole bunch of pain pills.
Yeah.
And they had opioids in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said, I'm going to take this pain. I'm going to take this pain because I know I was taking a drug that could have been very addictive.
It was.
And a drug.
It was.
Well, I wanted to say that could have been
Mm-hmm.
because the type of pain after having at 40 years old a massive surgery and I have never been under a knife.
You got some more?
No, I actually turned it into that medicine.
Yeah, to the drug kickback.
Yeah, so
But I got something to share with you. Watch this. Hit some of the street names for the opioids.
Robitussin AC, Tylenol with codeine, Empyrean with codeine.
Not Tylenol with
yes,
codeine.
Tylenol with
codeine.
codeine.
So
Definitely.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Demerol. Some of the street names are Captain Cody, Schoolboy, Doors and Fours, Pancake and Syrup. And another thing, codeine is used to make the lean. What we were talking about with the
okay.
lean.
Yeah. So
You
tell us what the
use
lean.
that.
Tell us what the
So
lean
the
is.
lean is like
Give us a minute,
syrup.
caller. Give us one minute.
We'll be
One
right with you.
moment because
Hey,
we're
I'm
getting
telling you,
educated.
we on
Give us
fire.
one moment.
And
So the
then
lean-
we got Lenine who's gonna help us with some over there.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
So
tell us what you.
The lean is like, so you're gonna use some Sprite. You're gonna use some
Sprite,
codeine.
soda.
Some pineapple Sprite or codeine mixed with some codeine and promethazine, all the things that you use
And
to
some
stop
Jolly
pain.
Ranchers.
Some Jolly Ranchers,
Yeah.
with some ice.
Yeah.
And that's what they are using.
One moment, caller. We come.
That's what
We
they are
coming.
using
And that's-
actually
and
to
that's
get high
lean.
with, and that's called lean. They
And-
mix
and-
it all up, and now that's lean.
It's not.
They mix it all up.
Yeah.
Mix it all up and it's lean, and it's not like you woke and you high. You actually get sleepy.
You
and
sleep.
Go to
You're going to sleep.
So
You sleep
just
anywhere.
Like, it's like you just putting your money into this drug. You
Just
get-
to
get
sleep.
drink,
Just to
and-
pass
So-
out.
Just to
you
pass
drink,
So
pass
Lenine.
out.
And it's
Who-
called fun. They think that that's fun.
They call it getting lit.
It's getting
Yeah.
lit.
So who is the face of the lean?
What age ranges?
No, the face, the celebrity face. Who's the celebrity
Lil
face?
Wayne.
Lil
Lil
Wayne.
Wayne?
All right. Lil Wayne, the
Wayne,
celebrity
yes.
face
He's
of the
the face
lean
of
with the
Lean.
red
How old is
cup.
Lil Wayne?
I don't know, but he's the guy that's walking around with all the lean in the cup, and every time you see him, he walking around with the red cup,
Yeah.
and everybody now got to have a red cup,
Yeah.
and most of them that's having the red cup got a red cup, and I'm telling you, they in elementary school.
Well,
I
didn't
kid
he
you
start
not.
Now it's the styrofoam
No.
cup. They
The
got to keep it
styrofoam
cold.
cups, yeah.
No,
Now
no,
you gotta
no.
keep it cold.
So if we saying that lean is in elementary schools,
Yes, it
how
is.
how come we continue to let our children listen to these so-called artists?
It's not
who-
even just.
I don't think
artists.
they're doing it
It's not
intentionally.
even just artists that lean.
Look
on
at the
the honest.
pants.
It's also peer pressure.
Okay.
So we have a lot of that going on. So when one
Yeah.
child says, "Cool, okay, give me a try," and this is not even just teens. This is from people like in the young adulthood, and it goes on to adulthood. So you like 30 years old, and then people still do it.
So let's do this here because y'all seem to be on fire. I don't know what's wrong with you women. But anyway, let's get the caller. Caller, you on there. We got our guests here. We got Zerlina here. We got Career here. And we got Lenine here. And we're talking about continuing education, why it's important. We got scholars here who just graduated from Chicago State. Hey.
Yes,
And they're working on their
yes.
masters. And trust me, these are some rock and rolling sisters who ain't
Yes, sir.
afraid to be out in the neighborhood empowering your babies.
heard.
And then, of course, y'all know this sister. All right.
But wait, but
The-
we do have to say, I have to get a shout out to
The mothers who care.
Mothers Who Care.
And Increase the Harvest.
Increase the Harvest, which is my 501c3, and mainly our West Garfield community stakeholders.
Yeah, and the
We
West
are-
Garfield Park Youth
yes,
Council out there.
and the Youth Council. You have to remember all this stuff that we're doing it not because we want to do it, we're doing it because we have to do it.
Yeah,
This is our
somebody
call.
got to love our
That's
babies,
right,
all right?
so-
And somebody got to help us so we can retire. All right, we need to put it in. We need to get in the East and give up the wisdom and let these young folks take it to the next level. Come on, caller, you on the air with the Sisters for Social Change and the Community Empowerment. What's your comment or question? Hello. Okay, we have
We
a
lost
little
our
technical
caller.
difficulty.
We lost
So
our
give us a
caller.
call here at 312-738-1060. We're talking about what can we do to encourage our young folks to continue in education, because you don't have another ounce of time to waste without getting that education. You have to get the education while you're young,
Yes.
because when you get older, you're not gonna want to do it,
That's not
and you
true.
and you
That's That's
Listen,
not true.
I'm not saying it for everyone.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
I'm just saying for the most part, while you're young and you
Use
got
that
that
energy.
flow,
Yeah. Use that
and you come
energy.
up out of one
And
grade
if you
and
don't
you go
use
into
it, you lose it.
That's
So-
right. If you're coming out of high school, go into college,
Yes.
or take a break for a year or so, and then come on back and go into college.
And
But
tuition rates in the state of Illinois has decreased, right? The price of going to college, they have all of a sudden have tried to make it semi-affordable.
let's get your question in here, and then you come back and tell us some more about the tuition rates and the scholarships and the opportunities, and then we're going to go back over and get some Lenine time, and then we're going to talk some more about the street names for opioid and for synthetic opioid, for synthetic marijuana.
Cannabis.
Oh, we got this.
We got a call.
We're kicking it. Let's go. What's your comment or question, please?
I got a question. As a parent,
Okay.
how can you, speaking on the drugs and whatnot, how can you tell if your child is doing drugs, or even if
That's a
your
good
child
question.
is
I like
using
that.
stuff like lean and whatnot? Are there symptoms that you can look for to see if your child is, doing drugs or something? I just want to know if you all know how you can tell.
Okay, what we're going to do is, since you're
Since
inquiring,
it's inquired.
go ahead and bring your chair around here so we can slide on over just a little bit. We have one of our experts who came in who just refused to sit idly by. She said, I got to say something about this here. So this is what we want to do. That was a parent. Come on, get in the screen. That was a parent said, how could she tell if her child or some child is using either K2 spice, lean, or opioid, or whatever we're talking about? How could they tell, young lady?
Well, I want to start off by saying if you see a change in behavior, sleeping patterns, and also if your child is avoiding
back
you a
up.
lot and cannot give you like eye contact or barely can
Yeah,
hold a
that's it right there.
conversation with you. So, yeah, just like I stated, if they're sleeping a lot and avoiding you in a way, they don't want you to know that they're doing it, so they're not going to be in your face because you will see it showing in their face, they health.
Red
eyes, they
low
lazy,
eyes,
they don't
lazy.
want to get up, they sleeping for days.
appetite increase.
Exactly, so it's a lot of
So that's from opioid. I mean, not the opioids, the K2 or lean.
On the
K2
lean.
and lean.
K2
Now, see, when we're
Okay.
talking about the K2, we're talking about K2 and we're talking about spice. Again, this is K2 and this is spice. Now, they both are sold in your neighborhood gas station and stores for $10 a wop. This is how it looked. It looked like potpourri, or looked like a kind of crunched up
Incense.
weed, incense.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is.
That's what it
It's
is.
actually
Exactly.
incense, and it's actually
And spice.
potpourri. But some of the names of it is called Mad Daddy or Snoopy Dooby Doo and Mr.
Loads.
Happy and what's the other one?
Loads.
Loads. And so what we're doing tonight is educating our community on, be careful when your young people are going out to these stores and they're purchasing what you find in these stores as they call K2 or spice. This is synthetic. It's a synthetic marijuana. It's not even marijuana for real.
No.
It's actually
Potpourri.
incense and potpourri. It's the stuff that you would light up to make your house smell good,
Or put in
you
your
ju-
vase,
or
just sit it
just
there.
put it in the vase and get the fragrance out in the house. But now young folks are rolling it up in the what kind of paper they use?
Blunt.
The blunt papers. That's
Blunt
right there
papers.
in the gas stations or with them stores. They have these little packs right next to the little wrappers of
Wow.
grape paper, strawberry papers, and all those papers.
And versus what they would get for their regular $10, they getting way more to go to the gas station. So
Right,
I'm not finna
right.
go to the nigga
This-
on the street and get it, and I can go ahead to the
Well,
gas
let
station and get
me
it out.
let me try it again.
So
See,
you get
look,
more of
look,
this
look,
than you
look,
would
look,
if buying it
look,
on
look,
the
look at
street.
this
Okay.
pack here. See this pack? This is the pack. This is the pack.
And the
So-
the package is filled.
It's filled.
So
It's
now
packed.
just imagine for $10 you getting a package full.
Right.
Or you getting a little bitty $10 little bag
That you
that's
gonna make- like they
that you
gonna
gonna
make
smoke
one with.
maybe one
Right.
little blunt.
And
with.
I can just say this is
So
the
what
first
we're saying to you, please beware, parents, of your young people out here smoking this marijuana, or what they thinking it is
Synthetic
marijuana.
marijuana.
It's actually potpourri, but they're calling it synthetic marijuana because that's what folks are using it as, and they're stamping it saying not for human consumption. But now we also want to talk about, and we want you to know, those who are watching, Velda, I'm talking to you, Joe, I'm talking to
Hi,
you.
Velda.
Velda, yeah, we're talking to you. We're talking about this K2, we're talking about the spice, and we're bringing it home. And we got some professionals, not professional users, but professionals who have done research in the areas of it. And we got some folks who are bringing up some legislation. What's the legislation? The Senate bill, what now?
It's Senate
by
bill
Senator Collins?
by Senator Collins. Collins.
Right, it's Senate
It is
Bill what?
Senate Bill 2341. Why I'm going to advocate for this bill is because if you don't know Zerlina, I'm about to explain to you what's about to happen.
Right.
Considering there's a bill to make this illegal to be sold in stores and processed, I ask everyone to go to the state Senate Bill 2341. Read it thoroughly because I guarantee you in less than maybe I'll say 72 hours, let me get through this weekend, that there will be an action on a gas station or any business in a community
Yeah, we're gonna take
that
action.
we live in and that we do work in. And we're going to start sending out emails. We're going to start posting it on Facebook
Right.
that everybody come out because no more children, no more adults, no more anything is going to continue to die and harm themselves and their loved ones by purchasing something from a store that has a business license. We're not just protesting to get any notoriety for us. No, we're protesting to get your business license
And you
taken
know what?
away.
And you know what? This spice and K2 is actually addictive.
It is.
It's addictive. It's addictive. Not only is it that, it's a herb. It's a potpourri. It's an incense. It'll have you bleeding. I mean, it can actually kill you. There's so many things that can happen to you as a result of it. And the reason why we're talking about it is because right now, you know, we was talking about it for a while. You all remember that. And so now folks are talking about it in Washington, and folks are talking about it in the Illinois Senate chambers, and now folks know the seriousness of it. And so we didn't want to just stop at the spice and the K2, but we also want to tell our folks about this other thing going on that's going out there in the street called opioid. Opioid use. And you said you was going to give us some street names for the opioid use. Go ahead, Lenine. What's some of the names of the opioid? You can just start from the top.
Well,
Go
it's
ahead.
the same thing. Captain Cody,
Captain Cody.
Schoolboy, Doors and Fours, Pancake and Syrup, Loads, and it
So
goes on.
so the brand name could be Robitussin. The brand name can be codeine.
Yep.
Tylenol with codeine.
Codeine.
Yeah.
Codeine by itself, though.
Yeah, and some of the other names is TNT and so anyway, let's get to caller. Caller, you on the air. We're having a wonderful time up in here educating the people, and we got our young youth council folks over there who learning it all because they know it all. We got who's that? Amari in there. We got Marshayla. We got David. We got Walter. We got Vernisha. We got Lenine.
Fabulous
We got
Shania.
we got Shania and Shania's friend. I forgot her name and I apologize, but I charge it to my head, not my heart. Go ahead, caller. You on the air.
Yes, this is Miss Griffin. I love my West Side.
And we love you too.
All right.
If I can get them for the South Side.
Well, we're trying our best, Ms. Griffin, to keep the message going. We're trying to educate folks on what's happening with our young people who are falling victim to this synthetic, they call it, marijuana, that's called K2 and spice. And then we're trying to educate the folks on opioid use, the opioid toolkit. And we're trying to also let the folks know that some of these young folks are falling victim to this stuff because they don't understand and they're just doing it because of peer pressure.
Exactly.
Yes, well, because I just had my domestic violence meeting today. And this needs to be discussed all over this city.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Over this city, because
Yes.
these are great kids today. I don't care what nobody say. I go to farm.
Come on.
24/7.
Well, I want to say this. Don't go nowhere, Miss Griffin. We want to talk to you. There's an event we're doing in the neighborhood on the 23rd. What is it?
We're doing an event May 23rd, which is Wednesday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. on the corner of Lake and Cicero. This event is to bring awareness in regards to these type of issues. We have 12-year-olds, we have 9-year-olds who are being able to purchase these synthetic drugs.
Absolutely.
And also
And take them to school.
And take them to school. And
Yeah.
also liquor. So we do community pop-ups, Mothers Who Care, with Fathers Who Care, Increase the Harvest, with a abundance of organizations that support this. We are having this event. We're asking everybody to come out. It's a block club pop-up where we come out, we cook, we're going to have bouncy houses, we're going to have music,
And
and
when
it's
is
for the
it?
community. May 23rd, 5:30
For
to
additional
7 o'clock.
information, they can contact Fathers Who
For
Care.
additional information, Fathers Who Care should have it on their website. And if you can't find Zerlina Smith, Google me and then you'll see it somewhere.
So listen, it's been a stone gas. We've been having fun. I want to thank Lenine, who'll be back with us, and
Yes.
Career, who'll be back with us, and of
Yes.
course, y'all know
Fabulous.
our sister from the streets, and I mean one of the hardest working sisters out here.
Yes.
But these women have been proven to be true to the call, and I just wanted to bring them back into the fold because they had just graduated. And you know we can't say, or we can't let sisters who just graduate not be acknowledged for the work that they've been doing because they put in the work, believe me.
Yes.
And so now they're putting in the work again for their master's degrees, and they've been mentors to our young women. And personally, I've been missing them a whole lot. And I was so glad to get them to come back out and just to say what they're doing. I mean, and this young lady here, she's a special one because she just graduated with her bachelor's, and it was really strange because when she graduated with her bachelor's, her grandmama did too at the same time. So that's something else. Listen, you know, so this is what we have to do. Listen, the time on the wall is saying that it's all, but we got to get on out of here. But listen, educate your babies, love your babies, teach your babies, get them away from the K2, from the spice. Tell them don't mess with the loud. Tell them don't mess with the lean. Tell them don't get out there and get caught up on fentanyl, and don't get caught up on fitting in and getting lit. Because you get lit, you might die.
And you put it like this, Rev. If you know better, you'll do better.
So if you know better, do better. Thank all of you all for tuning in. Thank you, Irma.
Thank you.
Thank all of you good people.
Thank
you
you.
again, good sisters. Keep up the good work. God bless you. Good night. Keep the faith. And for more information, tune into Fathers Who Care, fatherswhocare.org. And we'll see you next week. The young people will. Same channel, same station. Let's make the doggone thing happen. God bless you. Good night.
Good night.
And keep the
Good night.
faith.